As a high school student at the international school in Ibadan in Nigeria, many years ago, two female architects came to speak at my school. And once I saw them, I knew I wanted to be a designer. The two women, Mrs. Fola Olumide and Mrs. Shobande, in my mother's generation, were female architects, the two leading female architects in Nigeria. During those days, there were very few women. I think they were the only two female architects. And, when I listened to them, I was very inspired. And because I was really good in art and math was also my favorite subject, I just decided that I wanted to be an architect and a designer, listening to them and seeing the type of work they do. Interestingly, I ended up as a college intern working with Mrs. Fola Olumide in an architecture firm when I was a third-year student in school. And today I'm a full professor in interior design. I've been in two different universities and I've been teaching since, and I passed the CIDQ, and also I'm a licensed architect. So I feel like I brought this interdisciplinary background and I was able to build on that. And I feel that being an architect and also being an interior designer has made me stronger because I can look at the environment from those two lenses. As a Black woman, there are very few people that look like me whenever you go to design conferences or even among design educators. So for me, it's been challenging a lot of times being the only one in the room. But it's also a blessing in disguise. Most of us, when we go to school, we learn Western traditions, and we learn, if you think about the history of design, we start from Greco-Roman civilization until contemporary times. So there are many cultures that are left out of some of those discourse. So when I got to Oklahoma, one of the things that my mentor also inspired me and encouraged me to do is to dig deep and think about my culture or myself and my experiences. So I decided to choose cross-cultural design as one of my areas of research. And interestingly, I feel like I've been able to publish and write about non-Western design, write about African architecture, and engage my students in cross-cultural design issues. And that has been a strength that I've brought to interior design. Being underrepresented is a challenge, right? But ways by which I've overcome that, I always think to myself, when I think of my experiences, I want the next student or the next Black kid or the next underrepresented kid who's going to come to the profession to feel a sense of belonging. So through my work, I have created, as I mentioned earlier on, projects in which they can see themselves in the profession, and also programs by which they can see other underrepresented designers and see how they're succeeding and thriving, so they can see the profession of interior design and design-related fields as opportunities for them. One thing I've realized, if we're going to get a diverse profession, we have to start very early. Because when you really think about it, when you look at K-12 education, there's very few about design being taught at that level. Students don't even hear about interior design when they're going through their K-12 education. So I've led programs where students can learn about design and learn about interior design and see underrepresented designers and see it as a future career prospect for them and see the various opportunities they can get. There are very many opportunities that I expose the K-12 students to just let them see that there's light at the end of the tunnel, and for them to also see people that look like them, because you have to see a reflection of yourself in the profession to really believe in yourself. I think back to myself when I was that little girl, 11 years old in high school, and listening to the two architects that I saw, because I saw a reflection of myself in the profession was why I decided to become a designer. To see the students that have gone through my classes and how they're thriving in the field and their accomplishments is one of my greatest joy. It's just exciting to see where the interior designers that have gone through my program and I have taught in classes have landed. You know, some are, you know, leading offices in the USGBC New York office. Some are educators, professors in Oklahoma, professors in Atlanta. So I'm very, very excited about some of those contributions to the field. It brings so much joy to me to see how my students grow from the beginning of the semester to the end of the semester, and even when they graduate and they're out there making change and really, really contributing to the health, safety, and the well-being of our interior environment.